The idea of over-the-counter senolytic pills, compounds that could slow aging, prevent chronic disease, and potentially reverse tissue damage by clearing out dysfunctional zombie cells, sounds like something from the pages of science fiction. Yet this vision is moving steadily toward reality. As research into cellular senescence gains traction, and as early clinical studies show promising results for both safety and efficacy, the momentum behind senolytics is undeniable. But transforming them from experimental therapies into safe, accessible, everyday supplements involves a complex blend of science, regulation, and public demand. So how close are we to walking into a pharmacy and picking up a senolytic anti-aging pill? To begin with, it's important to understand what senolytics do. These drugs don't merely suppress inflammation or oxidative stress. Instead, they selectively induce apoptosis, cell death, in senescent cells, cells that have stopped dividing due to damage but refuse to die, secreting a toxic cocktail of inflammatory molecules known as the SASP, senescence-associated secretory phenotype. By clearing these cells, senolytics may improve tissue function, enhance resilience, and delay or even reverse age-related decline. Animal studies have shown benefits ranging from improved cardiovascular health to stronger bones, better insulin sensitivity, and enhanced cognitive function. The science is strong, but the path to mass market availability is nuanced. Currently, the senolytic space is divided into three broad categories: pharmaceuticals, natural compounds, and supplement hybrids. Each follows a different regulatory and commercial trajectory. Pharmaceutical senolytics, like dasatinib, a leukemia drug, or navitoclax, a BCL2 inhibitor, have shown potent senescent cell-clearing effects in preclinical and early-stage human trials. However, their use has been limited by concerns around side effects, especially at higher doses or with long-term use. For example, navitoclax can cause thrombocytopenia, low platelet counts, while dasatinib has known cardiovascular risks. These are unlikely candidates for OTC use, at least not without significant reformulation or dose optimization. However, the pharmaceutical route has one major advantage. It enables rigorous clinical trials, FDA oversight, and ultimately, clear indications for use. Several biotech companies, such as Unity Biotechnology and Ocean Biotechnologies, are developing next-generation senolytics with improved selectivity and fewer systemic effects. As these companies refine delivery systems, using localized injections, lipid nanoparticles, or gene switches, the safety profile improves, potentially opening the door to prescription-based use for conditions like osteoarthritis, pulmonary fibrosis, or even age-related macular degeneration. But the more likely candidates for mass market, over-the-counter availability are natural senolytics like Fisetin, Quercetin, ovanillin, curcumin, and hyperlongumine. These are plant-derived compounds found in fruits, vegetables, and spices, many of which have long-standing use in traditional medicine. Of these, Fisetin stands out as a particularly promising candidate. In mouse models, it has cleared senescent cells effectively, extended lifespan, and reduced age-related tissue dysfunction, all without serious toxicity. Human trials of Fisetin are underway, and early safety data are encouraging. Because Fisetin and related compounds are already sold as dietary supplements, they exist in a kind of gray zone, widely available, but not yet marketed as senolytics per se. The distinction is regulatory. Supplements can claim to support healthy aging or cellular health, but not to treat, cure, or prevent disease unless approved through clinical pathways. Still, this hasn't stopped a growing biohacking community from experimenting with senolytic cycles using combinations like Fisetin plus Quercetin plus hyperlongumine, taken intermittently, e.g., 2 to 3 days per month, based on animal dosing studies. For these compounds to become truly mainstream, three things need to align: proof of benefit in humans, validated biomarkers to track progress, and clear safety margins. We're closer than ever on all three fronts. Pilot studies in older adults are showing early improvements in markers of frailty, insulin sensitivity, and inflammation. Researchers are beginning to identify circulating indicators of senescence burn, such as P16-INK4A levels, SESB cytokines, and SS-galactosidase activity, that could help tailor and track treatment. And since many natural senolytics have antioxidant or anti-inflammatory benefits beyond senescence clearance, they already carry a functional halo of credibility. The next frontier is regulatory adaptation. The FDA has historically been cautious about aging as a treatable condition. But recent progress, such as the acceptance of the TAME, targeting aging with metformin trial signals a willingness to evaluate longevity interventions through a more proactive lens. If senolytics can demonstrate functional improvements such as better mobility, fewer falls, or delayed onset of chronic diseases, it's likely that aging-related indications could become formal endpoints. This, in turn, would pave the way for senescence-targeted therapy to become a recognized class. Commercial interest is growing fast. Major supplement companies are beginning to invest in senolytic formulations, combining ingredients for synergy, improving bioavailability with liposomal carriers or nanoemulsions, and bundling them into cellular renewal packs or anti-aging kits. These products may not claim to clear senescent cells explicitly yet, but they're tapping into consumer curiosity. Meanwhile, health tech platforms are beginning to offer biological age testing, fueling demand for interventions that could move those numbers in the right direction. So, how close are we to a shelf-ready, over-the-counter senolytic anti-aging pill? Realistically, we are within 5 years of seeing high-quality, evidence-backed natural senolytic supplements with credible clinical claims. Prescription-grade senolytics for specific diseases may follow soon after. The tipping point will come when enough clinical data converge to show not just theoretical promise but measurable, sustained improvements in health span, ideally with minimal side effects. The vision isn't of a magic bullet, but rather a foundational tool in preventive health, something taken occasionally, not daily, to clean house at the cellular level, keeping inflammation low, tissues healthy, and systems responsive. Much like statins revolutionized cardiovascular care, senolytics could become a cornerstone of proactive aging medicine, used not to cure, but to preserve and protect what's still working well. In short, the science is catching up to the dream. And with smart regulation, strong clinical leadership, and public education, the age of consumer-accessible senolytics is no longer a question of if, but when and how wisely we decide to use them.